We're back. Robert Wagner. Don't automatically associate you with Marilyn Monroe. Take me back.
Well, you know, Larry, we were all kind of started at the same time. And my daughter's mother, Marion Marshall, and Marilyn Monroe were both under contract to Fox at the same time. As a matter of fact, they were taken down to, you used to have to go downtown, you know, when you have to have part of your salary given to, taken and put into a fund so that they wouldn't spend it. And she was then about 19 or 20. And the two M's were taken down there, Marion Marshall and Marilyn Monroe. And then I did her screen test with her. I did 2 of them with her. They signed her at Fox, and then they dropped her, and then they brought her back again. And I did 2 of them.
We see there's a picture of her sitting on your lap. What was this occasion?
That was a screen test. That was one of the screen tests at Fox that I did. And
did you like her?
Oh, I thought she was great. I thought she was absolutely wonderful. She had a great sense of humor. And as Milton says, you know, she was so fresh and so honest and so direct. Really a wonderful, wonderful girl.
The camera liked her, too, right?
Oh,
how did she do on the screen test?
Drank her up. Oh, she was absolutely marvelous. I mean, she was so special and had such great humor. I mean, such, I thought. And
did you remain friends?
Yes, we did, yeah.
Up to her death?
Yes, I was in Europe when she died, but we were friends up until that time.
And George Barris, I guess you photographed her more than anyone, right? I guess.
I think I'm one of them, that's right.
You did 2 books with her?
2 books.
How'd you meet her?
Well, I met Marilyn back in 1954 when she came to New York to do the location shooting for the 7-Year Itch. And I was a freelance photojournalist. I was working over at the Metro Sunday newspapers, and I said to my editor there, you know, this girl is fantastic. Why don't we do a nice take on her in New York? He said, what do you want to do? I said, follow her around, photograph her off guard. He said, sounds interesting. He says, go ahead, spend a week with her. I did. I went over to the location. It was on 61st between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. They had an old brownstone house. And she was on the 2nd floor leaning out the window. I went upstairs, started taking pictures, and the clicking of the shutter on the camera alerted her. She turns around, she looks at me, and I thought, uh-oh, here comes trouble. But she started smiling, and she says, I'll take a dozen of those.
Did you take the famous picture of the skirt blowing up?
Yes, I took that.
That was for the 7-Year Itch, right?
No, that was the 7-Year Itch.
I was in New York that night when you
yeah,
Joe DiMaggio was there, and
how did you get that shot?
You know, she
was the most famous shot of her ever taken.
Yeah,
but they had a prop guy down there with
they had a fan underneath because that was a subway on 54th and Lexington. You know, the old Translux Theater. So she's coming out with Tom Ewell, her co-star, and it's a very hot night. It's September. And she says, let's stop here at the grating of the subway where the air blows up when the trains come by. And she stops there. There's a prop underneath blowing the air up, and her skirt goes up. It's a beautiful shot. And Billy Wilder kept shooting that over and over and over.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him.
That was it.
But the thing that happened is Joe DiMaggio, her husband, was sitting. He was standing there with Walter Winchell, who was a famous columnist in those days. Milton remembers him and all that. And you know, I mean, she didn't know what to think of it, and he was upset. There was a crowd of mostly men, about 200-300, all yelling, more, Marilyn, more, you know, and applauding.
People went crazy.
They went crazy.
The people that were standing around on the street watching that night, they went absolutely crazy. Am I right?
So
you all sensed that this was a moment.
Oh,
this was unbelievable.